show them that and let them feel that, because for me, it's like same thing. That's why I still take my daughter to theater. I mean, just because there became movies or TV didn't mean that theater wasn't important.
Right.
It's like you got to make sure that they see what, because there is something that happens cerebrally and cellularly. When you're in a room
Sound
with,
vibration.
with everybody and you're breathing at the same time, laughing at the same. Just small moments like that where an electronic piece of something will break what was happening right there.
Oh yeah,
it's love making if everybody was on their phone.
It's
like,
a whole
put it
difference.
Down. Yeah.
Did you ever, like, once you realized Madonna was like this superstar and you knew it, like, did you ever have then like an out of body experience, like when you are hanging out like at the house with popcorn with Warren Beatty? Like, do you guys get starstruck? Like, did you meet someone during the many decades you're with Madonna where you're just like, oh my God, or like this? What is this situation that's happening right now? And who was it?
I mean, I loved like when Peter Gabriel was in the hallway, and being able. He's one of my favorite artists and songwriters, and I just love everything he's about. So to be able to like meet him there, and he was really sweet. There was a lot of people that I met that I don't know, they were there more to see her and everything. But I got to get to know him more, and by the next tour, Donna, and be like Donna and Niki in the hallway. But as far as getting nervous from anyone being around, that didn't really happen because I don't know, maybe it's because it was her show.
I don't know. I never thought about it that way.
This is how my warped mind thinks.
No, look, I'm definitely, part of me really wishes I was more of a fan sometime.
Mm-hmm.
And growing up, my dad was a musician, so I was on the road a lot. I mean, Nancy Wilson, I got pictures, with me as a little kid. For me, those were my heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, my people who I want to see are dead. Billy, and I want to see Louis Armstrong. I want to, I got to do Carnegie Hall with Nancy Wilson, so thank God. But Sarah Vaughan, I never got to see Ella.
Right.
Those are the people I would have been like.
Yeah.
I thought I would feel that way when Stevie Wonder. Stevie's such a Michigan dude, like he's so cool that it's hard to be, until he starts playing. Then when he starts playing and singing, then you become in awe. I'm trying to think. Maybe Bono. I had a moment. I had a moment of like. I had a moment of like, oh shit, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
this little brother's kind of, and thinking I thought he was taller or any of that kind of stuff, but not necessarily, like where you just.
I think it's
Sorry, you
more.
didn't hear that?
It's more about
Look
being.
Look who.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
I mean, we'll see if he remembers
really,
doing this.
Really? You gonna mess up the interview, Carlton?
What?
You were on this show, Carlton.
We're doing the podcast.
You were on my podcast like 2 years ago.
Carlton, how you doing? Oh, we're just here chatting away about life and people.
And so just so you know, because it's always got to be about you. I love you dearly, but can I call you later?
We're talking about people that have inspired us, and you called.
All right, we love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
I think it's more about.
That's hilarious. Because he literally, I'm like, he's not going to remember being on here, but we had a great, we talked for hours when he was here. He was great.
I'm sorry to mean to turn that
I feel like it's
that's
more
fine.
about having these moments of, wow, I'm around these artists, like going up to Annie Lennox backstage at the Live Earth concert or something, being able to talk to her and have access to people who are fellow artists that inspire you. I mean, I got so much inspiration from that Bono being at that party. And Nikki's like, you got to hear her version of One. And he was really cool. And just being on the same level, right? And talking. And
I'm a ghetto girl. I'm trying to get to that point. Like I said, I always feel like I'm on the same level. I don't
Absolutely.
I don't feel that. I do know, and I'm so grateful for him for that, is that being with her gave you access to rooms.
Exactly, yeah.
That's the great news about what, being with an artist like her. It's like, singing for Obama, being able to know that I got the call, not just because of Madonna, but because of her name, that door opened.
Right.
It's, I think that people don't understand how much good work she does behind the scenes.
Like what?
Well, like giving a lot of money away that people don't know about, helping children that people just don't know about.
Where her heart really is.
I think, that people, and that's the best part about Madonna, because unfortunately we're in such a celebrity-driven world, and that's more than anything what I learned on that bed in Truth or Dare with her, where she's like, it's not as easy as you think, because a lot of people aren't talking to you just because you're a good person and you're doing good work. They're so celebrity-driven that so many people are motivated by that.
Yeah.
Because they just want to get in the room with you and forget of all the great work you're doing in this world,
I
So
agree with that.
That's, if anything, that's the thing that I'm in awe that just saying her name sometimes gives me access to other things because of the relationship with her, that I'm really grateful for that part.
Absolutely. And remember, like at all these award shows, when we were, like, it could be the Grammys, we were rehearsing, and the artists could be anywhere backstage or whatever. They're watching us rehearse, so you had that respect from people. She's so respected by artists because they know how hard it is.
Right.
They know that she's working the hardest.
Look, someone sent me something, and I
Yeah.
want to thank whoever it was, because I don't know who. It's probably some JK, whatever, 101. They sent me a clip of, like, Mariah Carey on, like, she was doing, like, Idol or something. But she was, like, telling the girl who was just trying to sing, like, a prayer. And she was like, no. I'm just going to let you know right now, that's a hard song to sing. She goes, you got to really dig in and sing it like the Niki and Donna did. And I was like, did Mariah Carey just give us a shout out? Did she just give us a shout out? And she was
I'm like getting chills.
right.
And that's sweet.
And Mariah was like, she was like, you got to really sing it from your heart, though, where they do it. And I'm like, I think, and I was like, oh, but that means she's really respecting. She's even listening to what we did.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so I hope, with podcasts and us being interviewed and sharing, our experiences, and also a great, movie documentary on Madonna, that the younger people will really be able to experience that, what she's really about and her work and everything.
Yeah, I mean, well, Truth or Dare itself, like, really, people don't realize now. That really was, that was right when the real world, that was like the first reality TV experience. Like, that was the same time as, that was
Yeah,
very
Sophia
early.
loves that movie.
The Beatles would disagree with you on that, but that's a whole nother generation. We're gonna leave that alone because they had
leave that alone.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that one alone. But the reality is, like, it was definitely one where all the generations were looking, because my mama watched it. People were like, "Oh, got that dog on Truth or Dare's on again," or
That's so
whatever.
funny.
And that was the difference too.
It's a great documentary. Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
it is.
And the riskiness of being so honest on it. So even with the Beatles, they had all those silly moments where but they weren't sitting and telling the dirt, as it were.
Well, you also think if it were made today, everyone would be very consciously aware of what they were doing.
That's what I meant before when I said that. Is that
Well, it'd be staged.
And also,
would be
they
like the
didn't
Real
know
Housewives.
it was going to be. It ended up being this movie, but as we went along and the footage kept getting shot and everything, things just happened in a way
Morphed.
that it morphed
And honey, you
into
should-
a story.
I'm scared to see what she's got on the editing floor. I mean, she's got so much stuff.
I thought all that stuff burned. I
Did it?
asked at some point when we were all together, something that was in the vault at Warner Brothers or something, and